Let's bring in Steamboat Institute Fellow Kaylee McGee-White and Sentinel Action Fund President Jessica Anderson. Thank you both for coming on. I want to put up that battleground poll to you, Kaylee McGee-White, because I think it's fascinating here. This is swing state polls, likely voters, and you go down the line there. You have Wisconsin, President Trump leading, Pennsylvania, and then you start to get down at Georgia where he's leading by 9, and in Nevada leading by 13 points. As Kevin Corke was saying, Kaylee, this is alarm bell city.
Alarm bells for sure. And I'm a Gen Z voter. I'm from Michigan, which is one of those states in the Midwestern blue wall that one of the candidates is going to have to win over in order to secure the White House. And I'll just say there's a very simple reason that Biden continues to trail Trump in the swing states right now. A charitable explanation would be that he simply misunderstands the average American voter because he's so used to cozying up to the Hollywood elites with their millions to spend. A more accurate explanation is that he simply doesn't care about the average American voter because he has spent his entire political career entrenched in the Beltway elite to where he doesn't even remember what it's like to not make millions for himself.
Yeah, and Jessica Anderson, to you now. You know when the news is bad when CNN says the news is bad. Watch.
Frankly, for the Joe Biden campaign, these numbers are an absolute disaster. The smallest lead is in Arizona for Donald Trump. He's up 6. Look at this, 9 in Georgia, 13 in Nevada. My goodness gracious, my God. That is a huge lead. No Democrat has lost that state since John Kerry lost it back in 2004.
And Jessica, they usually preface these things with, well, it's early yet, and maybe it is, but the clock is ticking.
Yeah, that's right, Trace. And one thing I think everyone can agree on when we look at these polling numbers today is that the Biden fatigue is real. The question now, though, I think for the Republican Party is how do we take advantage of Biden fatigue? If you look a little bit deeper at the crosstabs in this poll, what you'll actually see is that Trump's enthusiasm is in a direct relationship to Biden's fatigue and fallout among key traditional Democratic groups like blacks, Hispanics, and even some women in Nevada. So the party has a lot of work to do now to marry the enthusiasm on the ground with the rallies and the issues that have just completely dropped out the bottom for Biden with his fatigue. That is a winning combination. Add in ground game, and we've got ourselves a race for this November.
I want to have 2 polls up here. One is Hispanic voters in swing states, if we can put this up here. And it's kind of interesting. You have Robert Kennedy Jr. in there, Biden 31, Trump 31. That's also a bad sign for Biden. And then you move on to voters 18 to 29 in swing states, and you have Trump up 30-26. Kaylee McGee-White, you know the president, the current president, needs those young voters to win this race.
He needs the young voters, and he needs working class voters, Trace, to win over the swing states. And there's only one candidate in this race right now who's treating working class voters as if they're votes to be earned and not votes that they deserve. That's not Joe Biden. I can confirm back in Ohio, back in Michigan, my neighbors and friends, they're independent, proud minds. They were Obama voters, then Trump voters, then Biden voters, and now likely Trump voters again. And they're proud of who they are, and Biden continues to scorn them throughout this campaign and ignore their concerns.
Jessica, I've got 30 seconds for you to wrap us up on the same topic. It is, things are starting to widen a bit.
That's right. And there's 25 weeks to go, Trace, for the election. And if I was President Biden, I would be pulling out every single gimmick to try to get these young voters. I expect more student loan, quote unquote, forgiveness, more allowing these temper tantrums at college campuses to persist. He knows he can't win on the issues like the economy and immigration and jobs. So he's going to take the gimmick route to try to win this November.
Jessica Anderson, Kaylee McGee-White, thank you both.